recording. We are recording, so whoever wants to take it away, take it away.
Um, the thing is, I didn't really work on anything because I had a meeting with a career service manager. So that's just my update for this afternoon. I'm gonna continue working after this. So yeah.
Yeah. And what's the plan for going forward then?
See what I have written down. The current plan is to fix up all the styles that I want to put in for each section.
Mm,
That really means replacing the placeholder cards that I have in each area, and then probably looking into implementing parallax for each section. But yeah, placeholder cards have to come down and putting the actual content in there.
gotcha. Very good. Okay. Thank you for updating me. All right. Who's next?
I can go next.
Okay, John, let's see.
So and like probably like everyone else, I didn't really get too much done. I ended up fixing the button with the help of Vincent over here. I changed some of the fonts up a little bit, just temporarily. And then I also linked some of the images on the bottom here, so it'll take me to my GitHub over here, and also my LinkedIn on the page. I also formatted the drop down so it would go to the sections, but then the weird thing is that it kind of cuts off the top part. So I might need to mess with the HTML or CSS for that.
Hmm.
And after I fix that, I think as like a minimum viable project, it should be okay. So then I would want to get started working on my next project that I'm gonna put in the project section.
Awesome. Any ideas for that?
So initially I kind of wanted to like make a game, like a turn-based game, kind of like Pokemon,
Hmm.
but I realized that it'd be really, really complex. So I wanted to simplify it with the time I have. So I was thinking more of like a card game, like Blackjack, for instance.
Yeah.
I was just gonna make a simple like web browser on that.
And this is a project within a project, so like you want to have the card game done by Friday, or
Yes.
oh dang,
Yeah, so
ambitious.
I just really didn't spend too much on like the visual or like the transitions on the portfolio page because I
Yeah.
thought that this is something that like I'm definitely gonna come back to anyways. And I just wanted to get started on like a project that I can put onto my portfolio page.
Yeah. Cool. Very good. Have you ever heard of war? Is what I call it.
I think I've heard of it.
Basically, like
I
split the
kind of
deck in
remember.
half. Yeah.
And
Split the
then
deck in
just
half.
whoever has the higher number.
Right. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. And if they match, then the way we would do it is you discard three each, and then on the
mhm.
fourth one you flip, and whoever has the higher one takes like the pot.
I see.
Could be a little bit easier to
Yeah, I feel like
implement
that
those game rules,
the lining, yeah, I'll definitely look into that.
Yeah, just an idea. And then that contact, that little form at the end,
hmm
are you planning to have like a submit button at all? Or
so I do want to add a submit button so it sends me like an email or
yeah,
something. I feel like that's something that I can always just like work on. I think as far as the deadline for Friday, I'm
yeah,
more focused on the project rather than the uh the whole portfolio as it or the portfolio as a whole.
gotcha. Okay, yeah, very good. Any comments or questions for John? Okay. And then I missed Aaron earlier. Any comments or questions for Aaron? All right. No worries. All right. Thank you, John, for sharing. Who's next?
I can go next.
All right. Very good, Ernest. Whenever you're ready.
So I didn't really add much except for this graph And for now, the graph, it's not like it's hard-coded values, so it doesn't like get any data from like uh like uh any actual data set. But so yeah, right now it's just static, but I'll be working on that tonight. So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're getting that information back, right, from the API. We just haven't done anything with it yet.
Yeah.
And then is this GraphQL or yeah, is it GraphQL? I think. Like how you making the graph, I guess.
That's from Plotty, I think, this graph library.
Oh, interesting. Cool. Okay. What is it called? GraphQL. Very good. So, yes. Any questions or comments for Ernest? Ernest, do you have any like? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I really like your idea, Ernest. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Here's I don't know if you've heard of this. It's called chart.js. It might have been talked about before. But it's something to look at. I just posted it in the Zoom chat. Can help with charting some things, and it's a JavaScript library, so shouldn't be anything
Okay, I'll check that out.
too far out the wheelhouse there. Very good, awesome. Okay, and Ernest, are you just looking to get like the functionality in and worry about the, I guess, like layout or something, later down the line, or kind of what's the goal?
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to get the functionality in.
Yeah.
But I'll really try on the layout as well. I hope I can get that done before Friday.
Gotcha. Very cool. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, 3 down. Who's next?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, using a different speaker today, but sure, I'll go real quick. I actually had a nice conversation with Comcast because I had an email come in that I did not like, so I didn't get too much done.
No worries.
At the end of the day, pretty much, after seeing everyone else's, I kind of want to redo my portfolio and kind of like simplify it, definitely make it for mobile.
Yeah.
Pretty much what I'm going to do the rest of today is just kind of finish up some of this basic one and kind of use it as a rough draft. So that way something to do on Friday and present with actually, information in here and make it look a little bit more pretty. But pretty much if I can finish this up today and just kind of make something happen, I kind of want to take tomorrow and the rest of the time, with this week off coming up, to do a personal project of mine where I kind of like sort out my video game collection by different indexes and save that and try to at least make the form for it. So I want to store, like what kind of system, what kind of game is it, the price of it. So that way I can kind of sort and see what I have in there. And that's kind of like what I want to do for my project, but I wanted to at least get this. So hopefully this weekend I can turn this into a simple version and then next week spend my time on that so I can put something in my portfolio. But for today, just kind of coloring and making sure some of the links work so that it all looks okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Very good. So we're looking to style it and to fill it in with that basic information, right? Is the goal? So it seems like.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Make the button stand out a little bit and then just make sure there's content correct.
And functionality wise, you want to try adding like you have I think in the top right you had your about contact. Did you want those links to like jump down to certain portions of your page? I think that's like pretty doable as well.
Yeah, I think that's like the biggest task if I can get that done since I haven't really tried on that one. If I can get that to work, then I can kind of consider this rough draft like a success before I go back and then try to actually do the mobile because first time I just couldn't get the bootstrap ideas of when it was shrinking down in my head. But as I played with it more, I was like, okay, I think I can go back and actually get it done versus try to do it in vanilla and then a little bootstrap, which just did not work out well.
Gotcha. Cool. And then I was gonna ask John. Yeah, so John just posted it's a link I posted out a little bit earlier. Kind of gives you a rough idea of like how to do it. Obviously there's probably other ways to get more information about it. But I guess it's called what's it called, like jump linking or something along those lines. I don't know the correct term, HTML hyperlink or HTML anchor link.
Yeah.
So you can take a look at that, and as John said, saying it's super easy to follow. And as we saw, he was doing the jumps a little bit. So
Awesome. Appreciate it, both of you.
yeah. Awesome. Any questions or comments for Kyle's, the direction he's heading with this project? Okay, no worries. Thank you so much, Kyle. All right, down to 2. Who'd like to go next?
I can go.
Okay, Shannon, let's see it.
Let's see. Okay, so this is what I have. Pretty much what I did is I followed the link that you gave me and about like jumping to different areas of the page. So I have that together, but I still need to get like my sizing because originally I wanted to kind of have this area here kind of showcase this, but I just kind of started getting it together first.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if, you know, I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to do it. So far the only thing that I got done was just linking those areas of the page, changed up some of the styling, and I'm
Yeah.
working on adding different areas. And I do need to take some time after this to get like my mobile sizing together.
Yeah, cool, very good. Yeah, I like this. I would have you tried the coolers thing, the palette thing Josh was showing earlier?
Yes, unfortunately, the palette I chose, like they look so similar that I don't think it's enough of a variation that I've chosen.
Gotcha. I feel like oh shoot, let me look it up. The coolers, I think I remember. But if you can, I think it might be able to like give you a suggestion based on like maybe you give it a color and it can give you some suggestions to like complement that. So if you did like a color picker, originally I believe you had like this color here, right? Maybe you color pick this blue, whatever it may be, and see if the coolers or the colors can suggest some other colors, right? Because it's blue on blue. It to me it's just kind of like I don't know. I feel like we can add a little more contrast there.
Okay.
But I like the shadow. I like that effect you added. I can't remember if that was there this morning. Was that there this morning?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Something I might suggest, I think with like the description here, if you scroll down just a smidge,
Oops,
I might even break up the paragraph just like a little bit. And possibly like I don't know, give yourself a little more like text space. Just like an idea to give yourself a little more text space and possibly like make this like a 2-paragraph kind of thing. So like maybe this portion is like 1 paragraph and then the his starts on like a new line,
okay.
just for like readability purposes. I think it might look, this is an opinion. I think it might look a little bit better, right?
Okay.
You can try it if you like it, great. If you don't, you can go back, right? Control Z to back to what it was.
Okay.
Cool. And then let's see. Yeah, I think you talked about working on sizes earlier. So that first card looks really good. Like sizes are the same right here. Oh, sorry, second card. Yeah, this is the Francis one. We'll have to obviously increase the image height just a smidge if we want to make it, the same level. Just being consistent throughout the page here, right? But yeah. And then sorry, what was the future plans? What do we need to so we have the color things. You talked about I think positioning and stuff like that. What else?
Yes, I wanted to add, well, I need to definitely work on my dimensions for mobile. I need some
Right.
help with that to make sure that works together.
Gotcha.
Also wanted to add a couple customer reviews as well, and also just kind of get some examples on how I could change the design. So
Okay, cool, very good. I like those ideas. I think that's a step in the right direction. Cool, thank you so much for sharing. Any
Yep, no problem.
questions or comments for Shannon? All right, thank you so much. And last but not least, Just kidding, we're done. No.
Yeah. I haven't done too much. Most of it I was pretty much just messing with like the mobile aspect of it still. Because I can show that. So there's like a pixel or something of white on this right side, and then because it's based off of view height or viewport height or something,
Mm.
keeps going into like the other areas. Down here, I put this one as I put the projects part as 100%, so it doesn't go through into like the background images.
Yeah.
But then it gets like smaller here, and I preferably wanted it to like take up like all this entire space. But yeah, I'm just messing with the margins and stuff.
Gotcha. Let's see. Go ahead.
Then I looked into like getting a working form or like submit button, but I think there's like a lot more to go into it, I think. Because
Hmm.
like I don't know where to get or save that data or send that data of all this.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this might. Okay, this is a link here. Another HubSpot link. Could be in the right direction for creating a form that sends an email.
Okay.
So once they've got
Well,
it, it can send you an email with that information. I think something. I feel like there's one called MailChimp is kind of similar.
So I would do this one up here, like the first method.
Create an email send
So
form
just
using HTML. Not recommended.
Yeah, I don't know PHP, but this
yeah.
I saw this one when I was looking it up, like yesterday or something. But yeah,
Let's see. It looks like I got a W3 schools here that may be worth looking at into as well. So basically, I just typed in, how to send form information to an email via HTML, right? And I got a bunch of
yeah,
things that popped up. So I would go down, that same direction and kind of just trial and error some things.
okay,
Yeah.
I'll try that out.
And then,
And yeah, go for it.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask if like anyone had any, I guess like not do's and don'ts of like about me sections, because I've heard not to put it too long or not to say certain things. So I'm not sure like what exactly I should be putting into the about me section. But if I don't have like enough words, then it might just be like a lot of white space here.
You can so with the about me section, you want it to be like a brief blurb that you can like, it's like an elevator pitch of who you are. So
Yeah.
if you were in an elevator with Bill Gates and you wanted to give him a quick rundown of who you are about me, like this is what you would say to him. And then after like those 10 seconds, he's gone and that's all he knows about you. So that's kind of like what you want to place in there. So it can't be too long and it has to be concise about what you are. If it's too short, have you considered shrinking the about me section so it's not as much white space?
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but then it wouldn't have I guess like this part would kind of be in the viewport if you like hit about me.
Oh, you want the about me to be just the about me section.
Yeah, I mean I could make it smaller. I might just do that. Like down here, the project section is like, I guess it looks fine here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's like the bottom of this image and top of this image.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
But,
don't
yeah.
try to conform too much about like a specific layout, like having the about me be completely filling up the screen.
Hmm.
You can cut it short. It can't, and you also have to consider that not everybody has the same size of your browser. So if I have a smaller browser, the about me section just might be a huge white space for me compared to like if you have a giant resolution browser, the about me might just be a small line on mine. So everybody will view it differently. So as long as you make sure it looks nice, it won't matter to who's viewing it.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I like that suggestion. Yeah, very good. And you're saying here in the projects, you wanted the cards to take up the whole width. Is that what you were saying earlier?
Well, I think the width is actually like the container itself is smaller than like the entire 100%. I think. Because I put a container inside of this section.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. Yeah,
So,
right there.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't planning to, but do you think I should?
Oh
put
no,
it
I was trying to
farther
get
out?
clarification. What was the thing you were talking about earlier? It was like in the mobile view, it does this, but when you get here, it doesn't take up like the full.
Oh, that's it was just like what I was talking about up here with the view height or
Oh,
the
gotcha.
viewport
I
height.
see. Okay.
Yeah, so if I put it, I think where my projects. Yeah, this one right here.
Mhm.
If I put it, so it's at 100% right now. So then it looks like, but if I put like 100 view height, it would take up like the entire section, I guess.
Mhm.
Maybe a little more because I probably have like margin on the bottom, but then if I do that, then like on this one, it just goes like the projects goes through it,
Yeah.
like all the way through.
Yeah. I think I definitely like the other way for sure.
Yeah, so I'm probably just gonna leave it on percentage, which I'll probably do on this top one too.
Cool.
Yeah, one of these, whichever one.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Any questions or comments for Nicholas? Okay. All right. So once again, thank you guys so much for sharing. I think you are heading in a very good direction with your projects. And you know, if you need additional help, you can reach out, you know, I think Aaron, you're talking about doing the parallax. So if you need help with that, we definitely have a few people here who've already done it. You can definitely reach out to them. And then if worse comes to worse, you can reach out to me, right? I can be at the bottom of that list just because I don't know the parallax that well, but I could try learning it. But I appreciate you guys coming by forcefully by Josh, and I'll give you back the rest of your day. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.